Hello everybody, welcome back. We are in the war room. Not the war room, we're in the war room for the campaign of Advanced Wars. You know what I mean. Anyway,
We're just looking at the map.
we are examining the map.
Where do you wish to go?
Yes. No, I don't want to go to the main menu. Well, even though we said we'd leave it up to the comments, I'm going to go for Blue Moon first. And I normally start with this one.
We're not quite at Matt Smith yet.
No, this is the first mission playing as Colin, who is one of my favourite characters in this game.
Yeah.
He's also extremely broken, because his insane superpower is complete, well, it's bonkers.
Yeah. When we originally did these, didn't I make a Photoshop edit of the Matt Smith thing?
You possibly did.
I swear I remember us at least putting some kind of thing on the screen. I can't even remember.
You might have done, you might not. It vaguely
Either
rings
that
a
or the
bell,
thumbnail.
or possibly, yeah. I don't.
It was so long ago.
I literally do not know. How the fuck should I know?
Alright, so what are we doing here?
We are.
We're dropping boys.
This is just a standard small map. We're pushing this way. You have to win by capturing the HQ or destroy all enemy units. It's just the first matchup between Colin and Lash.
That was a phallic base right down there.
They do, yes. The black hole ones do look a little bit dildo-y.
Yeah. Are we allowed to say that in this?
Well, I don't care.
I'd love to have that in the metadata.
It'll be fine. I think it'll be okay.
I don't even know what the metadata is. I just know that it's a thing.
As long as we're not in the metaverse, we're fine, because that's a fucking
Well, definitely. Oh wait, no, it's Campasser, isn't it?
stupid thing. Yeah, the thing about Colin is he gets his units 20% cheaper, but they also do 15% less damage.
Okay.
But their defense is
You get what you pay for.
Their defense is fine,
Yeah.
but they do less damage. So
Who was the sergeant guy? The Santa Claus man?
Olaf,
Oh yeah, it was Olaf, wasn't it?
he is the commander of the Blue Moon Army.
Yeah.
And yes, his powers are all
He gives
themed
warm
around.
hugs.
His powers are all themed around snow.
Yeah.
He makes it blizzardy.
He gives
Because-
warm hugs. He's Olaf in Frozen, isn't it?
Yes, he's the snowman. I don't.
And he's also the Jim Carrey character in Unfortunate Events, Lemony Snicket's.
That is true. Yes, it is.
And what's that comedian guy's name? The other one that
Comedian.
the one from the other adaptation of Lemony Snicket's one. I forget what he's called now.
Don't know what you're talking about.
I
I didn't know there was more than one version.
Yeah.
To Google.
Yeah. I know what he looks like.
Oh, that narrows it down. That narrows it down somewhat, at least. You alright there?
Neil Patrick Harris is also Count Olaf as well.
Is he?
I think it's the Netflix one, yeah.
I didn't know there was. I didn't know there was more than one version.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Although, I've not seen that one, so I can't comment on it.
I haven't either, so I didn't even know it existed. This isn't a particularly hard level, because Colin just gets units for so fucking cheap. He can just easily overwhelm the enemy with numbers extremely quickly.
Yeah. Quantity over quality.
Exactly, yeah, that's pretty much the strategy when it comes to Colin.
I guess it doesn't really matter if they do slightly less damage if there's so many of them that they basically just cover the whole map.
Yeah, exactly. Our unit will block out the sun.
Yeah.
Although you can only build 50, so.
Oh,
50 is your...
Yeah, but that's a lot.
It is, yeah. If you get into that point, then you're either doing something wrong or very right. It depends on the mission.
No.
It also can become frustrating, though, when there's a limit, because you really need to build something...
I'm just checking over at the sort of thing to like see if I'm being picked up well enough on the thing, because I might have to be slightly closer. Oh, there we go.
It can be frustrating, because if you really need that extra unit which you can't buy because you're full, it can be a real pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And not the fun kind.
I guess it just depends on how you're playing, really.
Well, I tend to play quite aggressively. Don't get me wrong, I think ahead to what I'm doing most of the time.
Well, you can still be aggressive while thinking about it.
And I can usually predict the enemy's action, and the AI is pretty easy to predict with what they're going to do fairly easily. As we proved last time with Orange Star when we were fighting in the factory, but I still play very fast and aggressive with what I tend to do, which is why Colin works out so well, because you can just swarm the enemy with units.
The factory thing, there were a few sort of bits where they sort of slightly surprised.
But on the whole,
yeah,
I had a rough idea of what I was doing.
But that's the thing, is that you're still able to readjust the strategy midway through. You're not just set on the one.
No, although there are some missions you can only really beat one or two ways, which can be a bit annoying, really.
Yeah.
How many buildings does she have? Hang on. Tell. Income of 7.
£7.
Helicopters are normally 9. Okay, so I can afford to move this off there to take out that one. Okay, we should be alright. Excuse me. Yeah, she'll probably build a tank or a recon unit, maybe an anti. No, she can't afford an anti-air.
So those stars fill up how?
The stars under my the bouncing ones
under both of them.
They fill up by damage dealt and damage received. They fill up faster upon damage received.
Right. So is that why they were getting the superpowers quite easily?
Yes.
Because you were damaging.
Because I was doing damage to them a lot. Yes. That's a surefire way to get them to charge up pretty quickly, especially in the later levels with someone like Ada, because his power charges up very, very fast.
Yeah. Which
can make him quite a nuisance to deal with. Take that out. She will be able to build a helicopter next turn, so I'm going to park that there. I can build a bomber now just because I can. Fantastic.
Bombs?
Indeed. Yeah, so because I'm doing damage to her units, I can't remember the exact percentage by how much it builds up, but it it builds up faster when you take damage.
Small map.
It is a very small map, this one. I think that's it.
Yeah.
It's not the smallest map in the game, I don't think, but it's damn close.
Yeah, I just didn't expect it to go, smaller than it was before.
They vary in size. The one I mentioned before with T-9, the map for that mission is extremely tiny, even though that's quite late into the game.
Is it for the claustrophobic sense, where it's you kind of have to maneuver very carefully?
Yes, you do, and it's a real struggle that level too.
Yeah.
It's one of the, I'd say it's the hardest map mission in the game. I'm struggling for ground power, so I'm actually going to build another tank. Because I've got a feeling she's going to build an anti-air unit, because I've got that many helicopters. And she didn't. Interesting.
When it comes to claustrophobia and agoraphobia, it's really hard to tell what it is in the water, because there's also there's thalassophobia as well, which is I don't know if that's the same thing or if it's just a similar thing.
Isn't that the fear of a deep ocean?
I think so. Of just there might be something lurking in there, sort of thing.
Yeah, but there's a phobia for everything. You can have anatidophobia, which is the fear of being watched by a duck.
Yeah. But then, there's also the sort of thing that, it could sort of be,
That rain is so loud.
How have we not got caught in that?
We were pretty close.
Yeah.
I'm surprised
we went out very,
can't hear it.
Yeah, we went out very like
briefly.
Yeah, for a very short just
a little tea break.
restock.
Yeah, a little tea break.
Yes, I have a few donuts with me. I'm not eating any for the sake of the video.
Yeah, I don't particularly want you chewing in my ear.
Like a dog.
You can eat them between. You can eat them between episodes, dear. I don't really
like Chief Wiggum.
Oh, you said it first.
I mean, I'm starting to get the physique of Chief Wiggum.
Like I said, you said it first.
Because like I'm doing some like martial arts training, but like it's almost like the frigging like Kung Fu Panda thing of like being able to do that sort of stuff, but also not exactly looking like you should be able to.
That is entirely fair.
Although I'm not fat per se, I'm just kind of like sort of rounder in the stomach area than everywhere else. But like my arms and stuff are like fairly like slim, really.
Oh dear. She's not going to be able to do very much, to be fair, with this. She's kind of backed into a corner.
What does hers do?
Increases the doubles the terrain stars of the units, which
some more defense.
Basically, yes. The like. Actually, if I pull up the wrong menu.
Was that just a mini version of the same map?
Yeah. I can show you what her power do. In addition to using terrain effects to increase firepower, so for every star on the battleground, they increase firepower by 10%. All unit movement costs drop to 1, and in case, terrain effects are doubled, so a 3-star factory will go to 6, and she also still uses those to increase firepower, so that'll increase firepower by 60%.
Right.
And terrain effects for movement.
That's quite good.
Yes, it is. Movement effects are dropped by 1. So, for instance, when this thing, I had an infantry unit here, and it was only able to go this far because that was 2, and that was 1, and that was 2. If I had one here, it would be able to go all the way across.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what it does. It's much stronger in Advanced Wars Dual Strike than it is in this, almost insanely brokenly so. Like, look how much damage that did. It does barely any damage at all because it doubles the effects of the factories. But she can't stop me from capturing this one. Because I can sneak in and it's surrounded by helicopters. I'm not going to build it anymore. She might start building anti-air units soon. And I don't really want that with how many infantry and helicopters around the place I've got. But I do have some tanks coming in, so she would be very stupid to do so as well because I can probably easily mop them up.
Yeah.
But I think she's just going to try and spam infantry units because she's low on them. Yeah, see?
Yeah. You're basically doing the whole sort of checkers strategy of like forcing moves, like that just sort of basically like fuck them up, really.
Trying my best. She isn't going to last much longer. It's just if I can get everything in to squish her in time.
Yeah, I guess that's also technically the chess strategy as well, but mine just went to checkers.
It's an apt comparison.
Or draft, as I guess it's also called.
You would never beat me at chess.
I don't plan to.
I'm very good at it.
It's like I suppose I like occasionally just sort of playing a bit of chess just randomly, but like I'm not really like a big fan of chess, I wouldn't say. It's just a game to play.
I really quite enjoy it, but I just know you won't beat me.
Yeah.
Most people can't beat me.
Well, because it's one of those sort of things where it's like the more and more like strategies you know about, like the easier it is to just pull one out and then just do it.
I played a sort of tournament against friends recently. I played 10 matches in a row. I didn't lose a single one. And then they decided, hey, let's team up, as it were, to try and take me out. So two of them worked together
And it didn't work.
to try and beat me. And no, it didn't work. I still won.
Yeah. There was a video that I saw where there was a pro like chess player that was blindfolded and like doing a sort of thing with like a bunch of a few sort of people. So like they would go from like one chess game, do that sort of move, then they'd move to like another table, do that sort of thing, and like they were just memorizing like where the stuff was on the boards and stuff, and then like they tried to do a team out a little bit later on, and yeah, it's just like he was still like holding his own there, and it's just insane.
I am not by any means a pro like
Yeah.
that, but I can still fairly easily memorize where things are if I was to close my eyes.
Yeah.
That's quite a tricky level, even though it's only a 2-star mission, that one is actually quite hard.
We're skipping Matt Smith.
For now, I'm going to go to Olaf's town, but this is because this one has the...
Toy box.
Yes, this one has the secret map in it to unlock the Neo tanks.
Okay.
So I'm going to do this one. I think it's in this building here.
Okay. I'm going to stay slightly silent for a bit while I eat this away from the mic.
I'm just going to move the microphone closer to me because it's on a swing arm, so we can actually do that. But that's fine. I'm just going to probably explain my strategy a little bit for this mission. We're 16 minutes in, 17 minutes in, so that's fine. The idea for this one really is you want to capture the factory in the centre of the map, because when you hold the middle it's easier to try and control things coming from each side. So we're going to go for the cities which are closest to us. Actually afterwards I'm just going to gun for the factory in the middle, capture this one on the way.
This map is a mess. What the hell is going on?
It's because it was a city and Lash has bombed the place to shit, is what's actually
There's a
happened.
roundabout there.
Yeah. So we're going to go for this, put a rocket unit in the middle, and we'll slowly move our way forwards.
Yeah.
Take out this one in the middle, come down and squash the HQ down in the bottom, and take all the cities we can along the way.
Yeah, it looks like someone like failed on SimCity. Just like they were just like, yeah, let's just put some roads in somewhere.
Yeah, I can see the comparison.
What would you do if there was like a, like a Tetris 99 version of Advance Wars, where it's just like you just go against 99 other people?
I would win.
Or 98 other people, I guess.
I would win, obviously.
Like, what do you think that would be like, though?
Carnage. You wouldn't all be playing on the same map, I imagine, but...
I don't know. Because like, I was thinking that, like, like the whole sort of...
Rest in peace, Mario 35.
Well, there's that too, but I was thinking, like, because, like, the whole popularity of, like, battle royales and stuff like that, of having, like, like, loads of people, playing on these sort of, like, big maps all at once and stuff like that. I wonder what, like, a turn-based sort of, thing like that.
If you're all playing on the same map, you need 99 different colours to distinguish units apart, for one thing.
Well, they could be patterns.
Yeah, it's very hard to see on something this small.
Yeah.
Unless you're playing it on a big blown-up monitor, which is like 14 by 26 inches or whatever, it's going to be very hard to see.
Yeah. But, like, on, like, the Battle Royale things, like, there's plenty of, like, default skins that are running around and stuff. And
It's a bit different when it comes to something like this.
I suppose so.
Whilst we distract them up here, which is fine. We've already taken the centre of the map.
Yeah. How pissed would you be if the next Advance Wars was just a Battle Royale?
I don't know if I'd be pissed, but I just don't see how it could possibly work.
Yeah. I suppose, like, maybe it would be, like, a sort of thing where they could, like, do, like, a off-branch of, like, kind of like how they have, like, Hyrule Warriors being, like, the Dynasty Warriors game things.
Maybe...
Where it's not mainline, it's just a different idea.
I haven't played Hyrule Warriors.
Have you ever played Dynasty Warriors?
Nope.
It's basically you fight like loads of crowds of like enemies and stuff, and like it's all just kind of chaos, I suppose.
I see. Interesting. Fair enough.
Yeah. I suppose we could play it at one point. I do have it on Wii U.
Ooh, I didn't know you had a Wii U.
Yep.
Probably one of the few people who does.
Most people didn't know that a Wii U even existed. Because they didn't advertise it properly.
Yeah, it was a commercial flop, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's funny because like mostly all of the games that came out on Wii U have been re-released on Switch.
Yes.
So like you don't even need a Wii U mostly, really.
I think it was an okay system.
Yeah, I'm not saying that like it was like terrible or whatever. I'm just saying that like they've made it so that you don't need to have one to play the games that were on it.
That is fair.
You just blew yourself up.
I know I did. I know what.
It's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
I know what I did.
You know what you did last summer.
That's a weird movie.
Yeah. Isn't there a like TV show now as well?
I don't know. You're asking the wrong person.
I
There might be a TV show series. Fox if I know.
know there's one of Scream.
Yeah. Not sure how I feel about that.
It's better than just like pumping out more and more films, I suppose.
If a new film came out recently, not to date this video.
It's like I feel like the ones where like the films have been going on like too many of them, like it'd probably be better to just make it a TV show because if they've got that many quote unquote ideas, then they should be able to make a show with it.
That's fair enough. Although, wasn't one of the Scream movies where they were like trying to actually make it a movie within a movie? I think it's the third one. Where
it's already kind of meta anyway.
I know, but I think the third one was actually a case of they were making a movie within the actual movie based on the event from the first one.
That was it, yeah.
So it sounds vaguely familiar that they were doing something like that.
Yeah, I do remember that, because I remember there being like a fight in one of like studios and stuff.
I knew I didn't imagine it.
Yeah, because like they call it like something else, like Stab or something.
That's original.
Well, because like Scream, like they sort of like changed it to just like another like one word like title thing, I guess.
That's true.
What was that look anyway?
Never mind.
That no one can see.
Doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. Oops a daisy.
Imagine if that little tank had to go around the roundabout to get to the enemy.
He's just going wee.
Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna tell everyone this is World of Tanks.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I mean, if you're playing with Jess, it might as well be World of Tanks, if she's the specialist. She is very fun to play as, and her theme tune is cool. I do like Jess. She was actually the game she was introduced in first. Yeah.
Was that Jess?
No, that was the Blue Moon generic soldier NPC. She is a Green Earth commander. We'll meet her later on.
Okay.
She hasn't been introduced yet. She will join us when we meet Eagle and Drake later on, but we need to beat Yellow Comet and Blue Moon first before we get there.
Yeah.
Orange Star is easy, quote-unquote easy mode for tutorial. Blue Moon is intermediate, and Yellow Comet is intermediate getting to hards, and Green Earth is hard going to very hard in terms of the campaign. I think you've got the two final boss levels.
Yeah.
In terms of difficulty ramping, that's how hard it gets. You'll see the difficulty stars just increase gradually more and more as we go on, and the final boss level actually has like 20 stars in terms of difficulty, whereas at the minute we're only on one that's like 2.
Yeah.
So
I only realised just how many animations are going on all at the same time in this.
Yeah, it's impressive for Game Boy Advance, isn't it?
Because it's like all of the little streams are moving on, like the tides are coming up and down, like all of the units are like bobbing up and down and stuff, like the lights are turning on and off on buildings and stuff. There's a lot going on.
Mm-hmm. It's very pretty too. I do like how just cutesy cartoony it is.
Yeah. It's got its nice little charm to it, which seems to be followed with the remake.
Yes, they have kept to the art style, but they've made it sort of 2D and a half.
Yeah.
where it's got like a slight 3D-ness of an angle to it, which they did somewhat in Advance Wars DS, when they angled the maps a little bit more, and the buildings and the units had a bit more depth to them.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like fully 3D in terms of the assets and things,
Yeah.
as opposed to just they're drawn to look like they're more 3D as they were in that game.
Yeah, A Link Between Worlds does a similar sort of thing where like all of the stuff on the map is slanted upwards, so that like you can see everything, but like if you were to see it from like side on, like everything would be like lent backwards on the sort of
The
map.
thing I love about the remake, though, which is coming to Switch hopefully soon, I think they announced it for Easter this year because it was supposed to be Christmas, because it was going to come out a couple of days before my birthday, and they pushed it back. But my favourite thing about it is actually the art style just for the characters,
Yeah.
which you see in the trailer, and I'm really hoping, as we say last time, that they might do maybe some remixes to the music for the superpowers and things.
Are any of the designs like slightly tweaked, or are they all the same?
As far as I can tell so far with what we've seen, they are based on the game that they're in. Now, for example, Sammy, Max, Andy, Sturm, Nell, even Eagle and Drake all look very different in the first game than they do in the second game.
Right.
When we get around to playing the first game, you'll be able to see the difference. But they do look vastly different even in that, but they have managed to keep it, so I hope that they've kept that art style for the second game as well, because we've only seen bits from the first game so far.
I don't see why they wouldn't do that for the second game.
And I don't know, there's just lots of things I hope they do. Like, I hope they maybe add Advance Wars Dual Strike for DLC.
Yeah.
I hope that they do some just updates to the AI, that they fix some of the broken superpowers, and some of the broken units, which are just kind of, what's the point of having them, or they're too good, as is the case, and the AI being as thick as shit in some cases.
But it's a good thing they've not abandoned the series.
No, I'm glad it's getting some life back to it. I don't know, there's just lots of things I wish that would come to in the remake when it comes out, but we'll see when it happens.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll beat this before then, although I don't know if they'll all be uploaded by then, because if it's for Easter and we're doing this every other day on alternate weeks, or however it is we're uploading this, then it probably won't either be out yet, or the game will be coming out when this is being uploaded.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes.
Good little time capsule.
Yes! And look how many missions we've just unlocked.
Oh my.
We've unlocked
We're
all...
28 minutes in.
I know, we've just unlocked all these. But that
Should we
is...
save that for next time?
That is a problem for next time. We're getting our way through Blue Moon. That's 2 missions down. 7 more to go. But we'll get there eventually. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to like the video if you did, subscribe if you'd like to see more, check out the description below for the playlists for other games we've played on the channels, and the cards to take you to Joe's channel and other videos and things. Make sure to comment down below what missions you maybe want to see us try next, but until then, thank you everybody so much for watching. Take care of yourself, we'll see you next time, and ta-ra for now.
So yeah.
I hope that recorded.